here we go. What a big weekend, right? What a big weekend. Wild card weekend in the NFL. For those of you that are NFL fans, we had some pretty wild games this weekend, that's for sure. Today we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're also going to talk about morning routines. I know, sounds a little boring. You're like, morning routines? I'm not a morning person. I like to stay up late. Well, hey, you and I are going to have a little chit chat today about that, because if you change the way you start your day, it'll make a massive impact in your life. We're also going to talk about countdown games, basketball games, 9-year-old little girls. And there's also a little clip from the news that went around the world. All that and more this morning. I'm super glad you're here. Thanks for joining me. Let's dive into the 800% Club. Good morning and welcome to the 800% Club, where we bring people together, equip them with the tools they need to succeed, and inspire you to be the absolute best version of yourself that you can possibly be. It's 5:30 a.m. and that means that it's time to rise, evolve, and make an impact together. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. How are you, my friend? How are you, my friend? Dude, today is Monday. That's right, today is Monday, January 16th, 2023. And what's crazy is today is the very first and the very last time it'll ever be Monday, January 26th or January 16th, 2023. So I want to make sure we make the absolute most. And I do mean the absolute most of this absolutely incredible day. Also, today is Martin Luther King Jr. Day, a day of celebration, celebrating a true hero who made an incredible impact in my life, and in the lives of billions of people, literally billions. His life has impacted the entire world. So we're celebrating that today as well. And I'm super glad that you are here. Listen, I hope you had an amazing weekend. Amazing weekend. All right. Now, in at the Lundys, we stayed in mostly, for the most part. Now, staying in for us requires a lot of going out because we have a lot of kids. But we, for the most part, stayed in, right? You know, Friday night was Miss Willow's birthday. Willow turned 9 years old on a Friday, and so we had her birthday. She had 7 of her friends come over for a little sleepover, and we took all of these girls to countdown games. I don't know if you've ever done any of those escape rooms, but yeah, it was a fascinating experience. Let's just say that, taking 8, 9-year-olds into an escape room and having them run around like a bunch of cats trying to figure out all these clues. It was crazy. So we did that Friday night, which was fun. Then they all had a sleepover. They had a piñata and they partied downstairs. I went downstairs the next day and I was like lit. I was so upset at first. If you're those of you that are watching the live right now, you can see this is actual footage from the destruction of my basement the next morning that I walked down to after these girls had a party. And so, yeah, they went to town. It was crazy. I was livid, and then I thought about it, and I was like, hey, man, let's go. All right, they only get one birthday a year, and we just need to teach them how to use a trash can. That's all. That's the lesson from this. All right, so we got that. We had that on Friday night. Saturday, we went to, we had a basketball game. Joel's team, I've got the honor of coaching his team in basketball this year. So we had a basketball game Saturday morning. Didn't go too well. We took our first L for the season. But hey, I'm coaching my son's basketball team on a Saturday. Not something that I was ever able to do before, especially being from the car business. For 20 years, I worked every single Saturday at 8 o'clock in the morning. So even though it was a loss, it was a win for me and for my son. right? It was a win for me and my son. So that was, Saturday morning. And then Saturday during the day, we kind of did a big purge. We asked all the kids to come in and help. This is Miss Caroline, now 2 years old. This was her way of kind of helping this morning. She went and put on a princess dress and a crown. And she tried her best to make as much of a mess as she could while we were trying to kind of purge the house, man, simplifying some things. We got those big dumpsters, those big dumpsters that you rent, like huge ones, like that you would put on the back of a semi truck or whatever. We filled two of those. We filled two of those here in the last 10, 12 days. We've just been on a major purge, getting everything out of our house. If we haven't touched it, used it, looked at it, or believed in it in the last 12 months, it doesn't belong there. So we got rid of old furniture. And we didn't feel guilty about it. We didn't feel bad about it. We just got rid of it, right? And then we did a bunch of little repairs around the house. We've been working on a new bathroom in Willow's room. There were some handles on different doors that needed to get fixed, right? Like we've been just doing kind of some stuff around the house, purging and repairs, all that little stuff. You know what I mean? Little things, making sure the light bulb's right and so on and so forth. Now, in between all of this, I'm watching football, of course, right? Because it's wild card weekend. So I'm watching football on Saturday. I'm watching the games. I'm watching the Chargers absolutely blow it, which was crazy, right? And that was basically what Saturday, for the most part looked like. And then Sunday, of course, we went to church. In the morning over at Southland Christian Church here in Lexington, Kentucky. It was a great church service. He was talking about the emotional burdens that people carry, the physical burdens that people carry, and the spiritual burdens that people carry, and that it was that it is our role, our job, our responsibility to seek opportunities to help others lighten the load, right? And he was talking about how we can unlock the lies by seeking the truth, that we can break people and ourselves out of captivity and lead them towards freedom, that we can take pain and guide towards healing, helping each other lighten the load, right? Then when we got back home, it was more, purging. And later in the evening, the kids had Bible study and they had this like Boy Scout, Girl Scout type thing that they're doing. And so I went and had blizzards at my mom's house, their grandma's house. My wife went to her grandma's house. So we got to see our parents, which was great, right? And in the midst of it all, I spent hours on ChatGPT. If you haven't used that tool yet, you got to go check it out. I spent hours on ChatGPT. I spent hours binge watching Kim Walsh Phillips's 10X Your Followers course this weekend. And then, of course, there was more football and more football and more football. And then at one point, it was cool because I got this a text message, and I pull it up, and it's a video. It's a video of your boy. It's a video of me on Global News. Scripps News Reports goes out to 8 million people around the world. And this is an interview I did, 10, 12 days ago as an expert in the auto industry, which was super, it's just cool, man. It's like, that's me on a big global news thing. Like, how freaking cool is this, right? And so that happened this weekend, and then there was more purging, and then there was more football, and I got to thinking about it this morning, man. I was like, we are pretty blessed. Like, admittedly, the Lundys are pretty blessed, but I don't think it's just me I was thinking about this morning. I was thinking, man, we are pretty blessed. Like, those of you, if you live in a house, just drop it down in the chat. Just drop yes. Just put the word yes if you live in a house. Because those of us that live in a house are actually pretty blessed, man. It is a blessing to live in a house. Those of us with a car, right? If you have a car, just go ahead and put yes. Just go ahead and drop yes down there in the chat. We're gonna be interactive today. If you have a car, just put yes down in the chat, right? Because those of us that have a car are actually really, really blessed. What about kids? If you have kids, drop that in the chat. Just put yes. Just put yes down in the chat if you've got kids. Because just so you know, not everybody can just have kids, man. Michael says he's got 6 cars. Way to go, Michael. Right? Not everybody can just have kids, man. If you've got kids, you're blessed, dude. I got freaking 8 of them. Can you believe that? If you have a spouse, what about a spouse, man? If you got a spouse, just drop yes in the thing. In the chat, just do it over on Clubhouse. I see Nathaniel Banks with a yes, Yvette with a yes, James with a yes, Rich Pintrick with a yes, Milt Whitesides with a yes, Rich Pintrick kids, yes, Janelle with a yes, Leisha with a yes, Melissa with a yes, Debbie with a yes. We've got, who else? Mary Lynn with a yes, Shantice with a yes, Kim Fair with a yes. I'm seeing all these yeses, right? Anton Moosh has got a yes. Stars Tina, yes. Allison Turner, yes. The Strategy Lady, yes. Sonia, yes. Tracy, yes. Ramon, yes indeed. Angeline, Patty, Annette, William Fitzgerald. Do you understand? Look, if you dropped a yes, dude, you're blessed. You're blessed. Blessed with a house, blessed with a car, I'm blessed with a spouse. I'm blessed with extra stuff to throw away that I can fill up 2 dumpsters filled with stuff. That's how blessed I am. Those of us that can afford cable, DirecTV, whatever it is. If you watched the football game yesterday, drop that in there. Put yes if you watched the football game yesterday, because you're blessed. I'm just telling you, if you were able to watch an ounce of football yesterday, you are blessed, man. Blizzards with my family. I had blizzards with my mom last night. If your parents are alive, if you have either parent alive, just drop yes down in the chat. Just drop yes down in there, because I'm telling you, you're blessed. There's so many people that don't have a relationship with their parents. Their parents are not alive. A new bathroom for Willow. Putting handles on the doors. Just having a handle on a door, dude. What a gift. What a blessing. Like, do you realize there are 2 billion people on this planet that do not have clean water to drink? Do you know that? There are 2 billion with a B, 1 out of every 4 humans on this planet do not have clean water to drink. Drop a yes in the chat if you have clean water to drink. $171,000 people passed away yesterday. 171,000 people passed away yesterday. And yet you woke up this morning. Drop an amen in the chat if you woke up this morning and you understand what a blessing that is. 16 years ago, I was broken, I was broke, I was homeless, I was suicidal. 16 years ago, I was all of those things. This morning, I am blessed. So what changed? What changed? Well, 2 things. There's 2 things that changed. And I'm going to go into those here in just a second. Before we do, you know what we got to do on this show. Let's go. Got y'all fired up yet today? You fired up yet today? We got to do some dancing on this show. Come on, let's go. An object in motion tends to stay in motion. An object at rest tends to stay at rest. I need you to get that body in motion this morning. Come on, let's go. Little Tony with the keys. We have danced to this song hundreds, if not thousands of times. And I am so grateful for that. This is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button. That's right. I need you to hit that share button because I believe you can change the way you start your day and make a massive impact in your life. And sometimes all it takes to help somebody else change the way they start their day is for you to hit that share button. So those of you over on Clubhouse, share it out. Facebook, you know what to do. YouTube, hit that share button. Tony Schmidt says she's dancing this morning. Great to see you, Tony. What's up, Clay Morris? This is also the part of the show where I want to say good morning to you. And I want you to say good morning to me. Whether you're watching this show live or you're watching on replay, say what's up. I'll say what's up back. Does that sound fair? Dr. Jamesia, good morning. What's up, Rebecca? How you doing, Andy? Jean-Paul Guidry in the building. What's up, Beth Lucchese? We've got Core Element. My guy, Tom Popelka, is up in here. What's up, William? How you doing, Randy Wagner? Debbie Dowling. Waba. We got Tony Thorstad, Russell Hill. I see Jackie and Fiona. I see Natasha and Tracy. I see Liddy's up in here. What's up, Debbie? How you doing? Richard and Tanya. My guy Martin in the building. Brian is up in here this morning. What's up, Kevin Fadley? Shantice Harrigan. Russell Tabone coming in from CMA. Natasha Smith. What's up, Yasmin Vasquez? We've got Michelle Streets in the building as well. Limitless Siga's up in here. Ramona and Russell. Hi, Michelle. I'm glad you're here. What's up, Becca? I see Anna and Tony and Stacy. Tony, you and I were having a great conversation in the automotive room yesterday. Adrian, or 2 days ago, I guess that was. Cortland and Jimmy and Kimberly and Ryan and Derek. What's up? Hurricane. Jafar's up in here this morning as well. Don Sankey, Robin Price, Tanya, wait a minute. Tanya Colquhoun. Am I close? Tanya Colquhoun is up in here this morning. The Twang sisters, Gail Beecraft and Vicki Everett, Tara Hope, Jacqueline Underwood, Aaron Moore, Pastor Jeff Moffitt. Good morning, sir. Angela Mall is in the building. Milt Whitesides, what's up? Bella is in the building. Natasha, Stephanie Toadvine, great to see you this morning. Robin Price and so many more. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, she said yes. Tanya said I got it. Yeah, she said I'm close anyway. She didn't say I got it. She said I'm close. Hey, thanks for joining me here on the show. It's always a plum-pleasing pleasure to have you. I'd also love to have you join me in my new Facebook group. We got an 800% Club Facebook group. Make sure you join us over there. It's facebook.com/groups/800%. Make sure you go on and check that out. Also, I do want to let you know if you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, we now have over 2,500. That's right, 2,500 listings. We have over 2,500 vehicles that are a part of our 800% Club network of dealers that you can now shop. You can shop directly from members of this community, people that are going to absolutely take care of you. You now have a friend in the car business. All you have to do is go to shop.800eliteauto.com. That's shop.800eliteauto.com. That's going to pull up your nearest, your closest 800% Club dealer, and make sure you go out there and get an amazing deal. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. If you change the way you start your day, it will make a massive impact in your life. That is a quote by the number one speaker in America, Glenn Lundy. Listen. In the beginning, first words of the number one selling book of all time, right? The Holy Bible. A book that ultimately saved my life. You see, I was actually introduced to this idea of spirituality through Scientology. You see, right after coming out of homelessness and attempting to take my own life, someone helped me lift my burden, brought me to the Orange County Church of Scientology, where I started to study communication. I started to learn how to learn. And ultimately, they introduced me to this idea that we had what they call a thetan, what Christianity calls a soul. Prior to that, I did not believe there was a spiritual aspect to us. I was very Darwinistic. Mind and body. If it looked good and it felt good, the answer was yes. I did not believe there was a spiritual aspect to the human species. Once they introduced me to that, and I started to understand spirituality, I then became a reader. I started reading more. See, they taught me before this, I didn't really know how to learn. I knew I was smart. I knew I could pick things up, but I didn't actually know the tactics, the strategies, the process of learning. So while I was at the Church of Scientology, they taught me how to learn, and they introduced me to spirituality. Now, ultimately, that path, the Scientology path, did not end up being the path that I went on, the final journey. It was a starting point for me. But it wasn't until I came across the Holy Bible and learned the story of Jesus that I truly was able to tap into the spiritual aspect of myself. But thanks to my ability to now learn, I started studying successful people. I started studying Zig Ziglar and Jim Rohn and Tony Robbins and Eric Thomas and Les Brown and Earl Nightingale and Napoleon Hill, the greats, right? All of the greats from past and present. And I found one common theme across all of them, whether they were from the 50s and the early days of self-development all the way to the 2022s, which actually back then it was like 2008. But the years just go by so fast, right? It's crazy. But as I studied the greats of the past and the present, I found one common theme across all of them, period, point blank. And this is the cheat code to all success, the cheat code to truly unlocking your full potential. And it's those three words: in the beginning. How you start is how you finish. You see, I believe with all of my heart, that if you can lock down this part, if you can lock down a powerful morning routine, you will live longer, you will live better, and you will love and appreciate your life far beyond your imagination. That is my belief. And as our friend Trian said in our planner this morning, Trienne Top, one of our community members, she submitted her quote at the top of every page of the Morning 5 Planner. There's a quote submitted by actual members of our community. And as Trienne said in our quote today, Trienne said, "Greatness begins with an inner belief that you have an ability to be great." Greatness begins with an inner belief that you have the ability to be great. You see, you have to believe it for yourself. Do you believe that you have the ability to be great? Because if you do, then you need a powerful morning routine. A routine designed to help you unlock your full potential. It is not a should. It is not a could. It is not a would. It is a must. If you truly believe that you have the ability to be great, which I do believe that, but the question is, do you? Then morning routines are required in order for you to tap into that. This week, we're going to break down the Morning 5. Every year, annually, I shout this from the rooftops. It's the most important thing for me. If you take one thing away from Glenn Lundy, it's the Morning 5. It will completely transform and change your life. We're going to dive into it all this week. We're going to break down every single step of it starting tomorrow. But for today, I want you to understand the greatness that exists inside of you has to be unlocked. And this is the cheat code.
This is why I don't think that we should be together. And I've thought about it a lot, and this is what's gonna happen. Okay, I'm gonna keep pursuing what I'm pursuing. And because I'm doing that, it's gonna take up more and more of my time, and I'm not gonna be able to spend as much time with you. And even when I do spend time with you, I'm gonna be thinking about drumming. I'm gonna be thinking about jazz music and my charts and all that. And because of that, you're gonna start to resent me. And you're gonna tell me to ease up on the drumming, spend more time with you because you're not feeling important. And I'm not gonna be able to do that. And really, I'm just gonna start to resent you for even asking me to stop drumming. And we're just gonna start to hate each other. And it's gonna be ugly. And so for those reasons, I'd rather just, break it off clean. Because I wanna be great.
Greatness. It's just something we made up. Somehow we've come to believe that greatness is a gift, reserved for a chosen few, for prodigies, for superstars. And the rest of us can only stand by watching. You can forget that. Greatness is not some rare DNA strand. It's not some precious thing. Greatness is no more unique to us than breathing. We're all capable of it. All of us.
To take that first step towards greatness is very hard. That's the hardest step of everything, is that first step, right?
Yeah.
That first step towards greatness is hard.
Yeah.
But what's a lot harder is when time expires in life and you look back on your life knowing you could have been great. That's something you can't control anymore because time's run out. But if you don't believe you can do it, don't even start the journey. It's too hard. It's a winnable, easy war. But if you don't believe it, then don't do it.
If you're trying to do something meaningful, if you don't have the mindset that you're the best ever, you failed already. And that's been my mindset since I can remember. That will be my mindset as long as I can remember anything, that I am the best ever at what I do. And every day that I step on the basketball floor, I will strive to be that. But my mindset will always be as such, as I am the best to do what I do. And that'll give me a shot at being the best. But before you can ever reach anything, you have to believe it. You don't just mistakenly become great at something. You probably at one time or another believe that you can be great at that. And then you work to get great at that, and you reach that greatness. But you don't mistakenly become great.
don't realize what you got to give up to become great. What sacrifices you got to make to become great. What promises you got to make to yourself to become great. Greatness ain't a thought process. Greatness is a lifestyle. It's what you live. It's what you breathe.
It's time for you to unlock your greatness. And it all starts in the beginning. Check it out, friends. I hope you believe in you as much as I do. You see, I believe that you and I are children of God, the God of the universe, God that made everything. And because of that, there's this magnificence that exists in our DNA. It's our job to unlock that, right? To unlock the magnificence, the greatness that exists in you. And I'm going to challenge you this week. If you're not, I know a lot of you are morning people. That's why you're watching my show. We're on the same frequency, but I'm going to challenge you to really tap into your morning routine. Is it fueling your greatness? Could you be getting up a little bit earlier? Are you still grabbing your phone first thing in the morning? Are you sending encouraging messages every day? Are you writing your goals and your gratitude every single day? Are you following the steps? Are you following the process? Or are you kind of, sort of, halfway maybe? Because kind of, sort of, halfway maybe gets kind of, sort of, halfway maybe results. And see, I'm challenging you out of love. I love you. I want to be the first to tell you. If nobody's told you yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely stinking love you. I need you to run with me. I need you to run with me. Does that sound fair? That sounds fair. Hey, we'll break this down later this week. We'll break it down starting tomorrow, as a matter of fact. All right? But for now, I want you to go out there, have an amazing day. Come join me again here tomorrow. We'll be back. Or let's go hang out on Clubhouse. We'll talk about it. Sound fair?
Feeling
Let's
so
go.
tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I sign with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet. Talk about the things they're gonna say when they see me. And when they see me, they just dap me up and say good to meet me. I keep it going, flowing over this and make it look easy. Easy for me to say I do this every day of the week. I'm eager to be the one they talk about when all said and done with it. I'm the feature that they want, but then they don't when I come with it. I'm a scene, still a seat, filler, blow up the numbers. And I ain't leaving no crumbs, so you know when I'm done with it. I'm a new school vibe with an old soul. Oh so great, stay paid by the boatload. Don't go chasing a wave from a rowboat. Blow smoke right through the face of the ozone. Oh no, I got the bag, I'm back to just double it. I'm about to pop the top, I've been bubbling. They want the spot, but I do not cut them in. They tryna plot my drop, they been huddling. Feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island. Whoa, inbox full of contracts, I sign with a stylist. Yeah, blue faces blowing up like violet.
I know a lot of people praying for my downfall, but the only thing that I'll be down for is being top 5, but like down 4. I'm down to earth like the ground floor, but I've been flying so long, I tend to ask people, what's the ground for? Man, I'm only headed up, see my flow volcanic, this the fire I erupt. Heard the fans getting rowdy cause they haven't had enough. You know I'm running the city, you just running out of luck. Yeah, I say that with my chest, I flow hard, it's no wonder they easily impressed. I'm so far, but I'm always coming back with something fresh. I never rest, where you'll never catch this ego in a nest. I invest my time in the booth, I find a piece. I used to piece the boom in my mind. My ex knows this, let me expose this. She left cause she don't wanna be with an explosive. Man, I'm just
feeling so tall, I could give a high five to the pilot. Yeah, family tight, I keep small circle like island.